We're here at the Brooks Cross Country National Championships with Virginia Kraus of Pennsylvania, who finished 10th, 17:36.5 was your time. Second year in a row, you're in the top 10. You were 8th last year. Let's first start with that. What does that mean to you? Because there's not a lot of people who get to do that. There's some of the other top 10s didn't. I think you're the only one who was top 10 last year and this year. So what does that mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really just a good display of having consistency, and also it was an experience that I'm really grateful to have been able to have, because a lot of things can get in the way of having good races. There's injury, there's sickness. So to be able to come out here 2 years in a row and get this experience twice is something I really value.
Now, was it just the last 2 years that you've run this race?
Yeah.
So did last year's experience, did that help you today, do you think, running this course?
Yeah, definitely. This course is so tactical. Like, there's so many turns, hills, places that you can make up places you can lose places really easily. So getting to have that learning experience last year was really helpful going into this race. I think it also helped me to be a little bit less nervous too, because I knew what to expect. I knew a little bit of what the pack was going to do. Obviously every race is different, but just having that experience was great.
Yeah, so what was the game plan going out there? Obviously it's not a huge field in terms of numbers, but it's a really loaded field. Like, there's any one of a bunch of runners could have been in the top 15, 20. So how do you kind of approach a race like that? Because I'm sure most of the races during the year, you're going to be one of the few at the very front, right?
I mean, I told myself in this race really to run my own race, because when you're in a race with so many good people, you don't know what anyone's going to do. So basing your performance on how somebody else performs is just setting yourself up for a potential disappointment. So going into it, I told myself I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna run as hard as I can, and I'm gonna try not to get past in the last mile. But other than that, just running my own race.
Right. Are you someone who likes to who says, "Oh, I got a great kick. I'm gonna save a kick for the end," or I'd rather try and get out toward that front group? Obviously, it was going to be pretty tough, to beat a couple of beat Dudek today. But is that your game, or where do you usually, or does it kind of vary race by race?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely varies, but I would say the goal today was to get out fast. I know this pack gets out fast. If I don't maintain contact with the leaders, it can be demoralizing to try to have to catch them later in the race. And I'm also somebody who has a terrible sprint. Since I'm so small, I have short legs, so I try to run hard in the first half and then just make up places sparingly in the second half.
So you're not someone who's going to rely on their kick to make up some ground.
No, definitely not. At 5 feet tall, the kick is non-existent.
Okay, I guess that's good to know, and not to overestimate yourself, right, going into a race. So, sorry, what year are you?
I'm a senior this year.
You are a senior,
this is
okay.
The last one.
So you'll have track season coming up, right?
Yeah.
You have an indoor track season too?
Yeah, I race a little bit of indoor. I don't race a ton of races. I just try to give myself kind of like an off season almost. I'm only probably gonna race 3 times, but then hit outdoor track season really hard. Looking forward to the last season of high school running.
So how do you think this helps you propel you towards, not much in the indoor, but towards the outdoor season?
I mean, cross country builds physical strength, like running up the hills, but it also builds a lot of mental toughness. And I think mental toughness is something you really need in track, not necessarily because the course is difficult, but just because it's so monotonous that you have to just tell yourself, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it again, I'm going to do it again, over and over. So getting the mental toughness from cross country, I think, will be really helpful going into track season.
All right. Thank you, Virginia.
Thank you.